Oh! Are you here to help us? Hold your color. You're beautiful. Thank you.
If you could ask an extraterrestrial anything, what would it be?
Hey, welcome to Ask the Aliens, the new show brought to you by Harlow and Maryam, created by Nana.
That's right.
So my mom had this idea. She was like, I have a lot of questions for them. What do you think you guys do a show where we can ask them anything? And she does have a lot of questions because I asked her to send them to me, and there's a lot. So what we want to do tonight is give you guys the chance to ask whatever it is you've always wanted to ask. The hope is we do this every other Thursday. Next Thursday is True Crime Psychic Guy, and we'll switch off with this. And as new questions arise, you bring them to us, and hopefully we can find more commonality than not with these different groups that we speak to. I don't know who we'll be speaking with in the beginning, prior, right? So we'll find out together. If you have questions, put them in the comment section, and Harlow will get to you and ask those questions. Harlow, do you have any questions before we start?
That was what I was going to ask. It's like, how are you going to, do you just wait to see if somebody tunes in, or you look to reach out for whoever's close, or how does that happen?
I don't know. That's a good question. I didn't even think about it. I was just going to close my eyes and stick up my antenna and see who comes in.
Who's ever trolling by? Okay.
That's true. I'll have to see who's available.
Right.
All right. So here we go. I'm going to disappear.
Let me know when you're ready, and I'll ask that first question that we had submitted.
Okay. Yes, we did have some people submit, so we'll do both. Go ahead and ask the first question.
Okay. Why don't people get abducted anymore? I remember it being something that was talked about for years, and now with social media exploding, no one is getting abducted anymore. I wonder why.
People are still getting abducted. The abductions are different. Some are coming to us from a higher vibration, are more accepting, open, and it is ultimately not an abduction. It is an experience. If you're asking about scary, harmful, violent abductions, that is not in our purview. But those we can say still do occur. People are fearful, still scared to speak out. Fear of, what's the word? Retribution? What's that? I don't know if that's the right word. What does retribution mean?
I don't think that's the word you're looking for. Are you talking about being not believed, or
someone coming, fear of being, I need the words, guys. I know what they're trying to say, but I can't find the word. fear of the alien groups coming back after them for
Oh,
speaking.
gotcha. Okay.
Uranus is a planet that we sit on. Sit on doesn't mean live on.
Mhm.
I don't know just yet what that means. But welcome.
Can I ask who we're talking to?
Feels like a Palladian, but we are mixed race. Palladian is a word that is comfortable and safe for your people. So we use that word. It is not a lie, but we are mixed race.
Okay. Let's see. How about some questions from our viewers? Michelle is asking, she'd like to know what alien family she's a part of.
Think of them as a blonde group, a blonde grouping, very fragile white skin, almost translucent. You come from them very recently. Fear still runs through that family. Be overly cautious of how much you allow fear to dominate you because of this. Your fear and anxiety is a ancestral. It moves through the blood. Shifting that will assist in your achievements, developments, and growth.
Interesting.
Our recommendation is to seek out higher vibration beings to assist, coach, teach who you are, which family it is that you come from, and how you are to raise the vibration of that family. Speaking specifically, your starseed family. Human family is a separate, not necessarily one to address or deal with in this life from that space. When we say reach out to higher conscious beings, we do not mean in human form.
All right. How about another question? Anita wants to know, what is your typical family unit?
Community. We have communities. We have communities of, hold on. Typically 3 are in a family, and then it is about communal work, communal support. We do not overpopulate. What was the question?
Asking about a typical family unit.
3.
Okay. Violet would like to know, do I have an important role to play in first contact beyond raising my vibration?
Every time Violet speaks, they laugh. Not at her, but in a way that is endearing, like
Mhm.
excited when a child asks deep questions. Let's leave it at yes.
Okay.
Ask the question again.
Do I have an important role to play in first contact beyond raising my vibration?
There is no first contact without raising the vibration. First contact will be different for everybody. And the global experience will happen in pieces as you are seeing it happen already. It will not be one moment, one experience. It's many.
Okay, Joanne has a question. Do all the different kind of beings get along?
No. Do you get along with all your beings? But different vibrations react and respond different and seek different connections and relationships, just as you do.
Okay. How about this one? Does your planet have one government, or are there many countries, each with their own government and culture?
No government. No government is needed. Communal, communities, community connection, communal connection. There is no need for government. There is no need to be overpowered, powering over others. There is the need to be of service. That is what we do. Everybody receives all that they need.
Okay.
We have beings that are of a higher vibration, elders, but they do not conquer, control.
Okay. Do you have genders?
No.
All right, let's see what else we have. How do you have fun?
Fulfillment is fulfillment comes from the depths of the soul. Outside stimuli is not what we seek. It is not what we need. Joy, communal communication, entertainment is oneness, being together, experiencing growth and development in others, sharing, teaching. And joy comes out of that. Celebration comes out of that. Connection, communication, laughter comes out of that.
Okay.
The need to experience an outside stimulus is human grade. unique to humans, not to us.
Mhm. Okay. Here's one from Benno. Can you feel each other's feelings?
That is the only way we live. Into intuitive exploration. The depths of intuitive communication, exploration is how we communicate with all beings. It is not a matter of do you feel other emotions. It is inevitable, even in you, to not feel. We only feel. The separation comes from this belief that we are only this body, and the brain dominates. The brain's dominance is there to educate and teach you how to navigate in spite of the brain, how to navigate and teach around the brain. Our brains are different because we understood the importance of raising consciousness first. And the rest follows. Okay. Humans focus on the brain and lose everything in the process. This will change.
Okay. Violet's asking, what happens to you when you die?
Same thing that happens to you when you die. What happens to you, Violet, when you die? I love to tease Violet. This is where we find joy, laughter. What happens to you, Violet, when you die? Do you feel confident in that experience? The same experience happens to us. The same experience happens to plants, to animals, to flowers.
Here's one. What do you have most in common with human beings that would be helpful in creating a connection?
Love, heart center, the need to create, to communicate, to connect. Humans do not move from that space. So we are separate until that space evolves more.
This is one I... Okay, go ahead. I don't want to interrupt aliens.
I'd like to expand on the word love. Humans love that which is ownership, their family, their animal, their home. That is not what I mean by love. I mean love that is what we are born from, and that which we go back to. Love that moves beyond the brain,
Mm-hmm.
the ego, the ownership. And it is something that lives deep underneath pain, suffering, emotion, logic, doubt, fear. Most humans have no concept of the word love. Think of when a woman gives birth, that moment is when love is fully present.
Michelle is asking, what lessons have you learned from your own history that you'd want to pass on to us?
How much time do you have?
Exactly.
Hang on, I'll see if there's a specific one. War, time zones. Not sure what he means by that. We'll come back to that. Education. Education. Let me start with that, please. Expanding our consciousness beyond our planet and family. Wars. Not engaging with the lower vibration, no matter how tempting or violent. Navigating from an energetic place rather than a place of aggression.
Okay, let's tackle this one. Since you have no genders, without being graphic or invasive, how do you replicate?
I don't know if I'm even deep enough for that. Hold on. There is a connection in the belly. Through what you have as the belly button, we do not have that. It is an entry point. Let me hold on. It is that there is a certain group that injects, a certain group that receives. We do not label who they are. It just is. It is irrelevant. The connection is what's relevant.
Okay. Do you have music, dancing, sculpture, or other forms of artistic expression?
Yes. Nothing you would recognize. Sound. Yes. Art with the hands. Yes.
It makes me think of whale song.
Mm, when the vibration raises and the mind no longer dominates, our power as spiritual beings elevates. And when you begin to elevate this power, you realize the outside stimuli is not necessary.
Do you have any pets?
No, there aren't animals here. Animals are specific to certain planets as a form of education, because humans in particular don't know yet how to address beings that do not use words and that do not produce for them, work for them. As we evolve, we don't need that lesson.
What do you eat, and do you grow it or manufacture it?
Plants. Plants.
Okay. Anybody else have any questions? Any of our viewers? I think I got most of them.
Anything from you, Harlow? I'm going to come out.
Kind of touches on what was asked before. I was going to ask if you could give Earth's people one suggestion or piece of advice, what would it be?
Tolerance, patience, words you hear but do nothing with. Do something with the words. Create a reality around them. Stop looking to others as if they have the problem. When you have tolerance, you see the suffering in those that are struggling. You see the suffering in those that are giving you a hard time. But without a higher awareness, these two words are difficult to achieve.
Do you have a way to measure time?
There's no need. Time was manufactured so you could work. We don't work. Time was manufactured so you could produce. We don't produce. We live. We don't work. We live. We take care of each other. Time is irrelevant as everything is everywhere always. Your past, your present, your future is always here. The fact that you can't see your future or remember your pasts is on you. We understand intuitively how to live without restriction, confinement, rules, regulations. Cosmos guide us.
Okay. There's one from Anita. If approached by aliens, how would we convey acceptance or denial of participation in the experience? Would you understand no or yes?
Anita. We will not put ourselves in situations to be pushed up against, denied, doubted, feared. When you understand that everything you feel intuitively and everything that you know consciously lives within you and all of us, when we approach, it is no different than your friend approaching you. Do you run? Do you cry? When you raise your awareness, you will understand this. We will not be coming to you in any manner that puts us in harm's way. We will not be walking your earth. You may see us in the skies, but we will not be walking your earth. People speak about Pleiadians that come through the planet and move through the bodies. This is true, but it is a select few and for specific reasons. This is not the norm. Lower vibration energies will do this more often. Be wary of those that show themselves in a physical body and claim to be a higher vibration. We will not live on that toxic planet.
Have you visited people in dreams?
Who is asking?
I am.
What do you think the answer to that is?
I was wondering if they in particular do. I think some may and some may not. I was just asking of this particular individual.
So dreams for all of us have the potential to utilize our sleep time as a way to travel, communicate, use our psychic abilities. And you will communicate with us in these moments. Harlow, you come to us.
Okay.
And you come to other groups to communicate. This is not in reference to Harlow or Harlow's question, but humans have a arrogance of thinking and believing that they are in high demand from those of us on other planets. Sorry to break the news, but we just don't care that much. Our concern is what you do with your planet, as that will ultimately affect us. Do we respect your choice of free will to not raise your vibration? Yes. Do we respect the choice of those that choose to raise their vibration? Yes. You reach out to us when you are ready. But we are not seeking your I'm going to edit that. We are not seeking you out.
Makes sense. Any other questions? That's all I have at the moment.
All right.
Here we go. One more.
Okay. All right.
Benno's asking, how long does your body last?
150 years, sometimes more, sometimes less. We are seeking to reach 200 soon.
Okay. And Violet's asking, is there anything we can do to help you in any way?
Raise your vibration. There is no shortcut. There is nothing else. Learn, grow. Remove the finite rules that tend to be adopted by humans. Black and white is not raising the vibration, feeling, experiencing, understanding someone from a level beyond the brain. Remove the finite behavior. If this, then that. Rules. This is not applicable to science. I feel the need to say there are many areas where finite is necessary, but I don't need to explain the obvious.
Okay, that's all I have for you right now.
Okay, I'm coming out.
Okay.
How'd we do?
We did good. Violet says, please tell them thank you for speaking with us.
I did. Thank you. Those are good questions.
Yeah, that was really interesting.
All right. Now what? Now that I'm back on Earth, this is a bummer. It was a lot more fun up there.
I'm sure. And everything they say makes so much sense.
It felt
It's
like
not anything, it's nothing out of the realm of, the common sense, really.
Yeah. Yeah. It seemed like everything was kind of like, yeah, I mean, the shock and awe isn't really like we create so much shock and awe. I mean, crazy shit happens. Don't get me wrong. We all know that. But tonight's questions. So when they talk about time and how everything is everywhere always, the group that I will speak with each time will align with the questions in the audience. And so it's not what comes first, the chicken or the egg. It's that everything is everywhere always. So there's an understanding already ahead of time who's coming in and what's going to be asked, and who I speak with aligns with that. For those that are interested, I'm going to be doing a meditation after this at 7:00. And then next week we have True Crime Psychic Guy. Harlow's book, Plugged into the Paranormal, is a must read. Harlow, you want to tell us a little bit about it?
It just covers a whole lifetime of experiences, and just about any experience you can imagine, from divine intervention to seeing past lives to interacting with ghosts, getting subtle intuition and seeing patterns in your life that need to be addressed, and it just runs the gamut of all that.
Yeah, it's really good. I mean, the stories are really, really fascinating, incredible stories. Intuitive Connection to Ghosts, Spiritual Guides in the Universe, a memoir. It's really good. So go get it. All right. So I'll see you guys in a little bit for a meditation, or we'll see you next week for True Crime. We are doing Harlow. What are we doing?
Next week is Frederick Valentich, and he was an Australian pilot. He went from the Moorabbin airport. He took off about 45 minutes into his flight. He was going out to Kings Island, close to Tasmania. He reported in on the two-way radio that he was seeing a UFO, was told there was no UFOs known to be in the area. In fact, no ships, no planes, anything at all. And he talked to them about it for a little while, and then the radio went quiet. I think he said, "Oh shit," as I remember. And then there was just open mic for 17 seconds and this metallic scraping sound, and then he was never seen or heard from again, and they never found his plane.
Wow, I can't wait.
Yeah,
that's going to be crazy. Very exciting. All right. Well, that was fun, you guys.
And Benno said he just listened to his audio. Ah, that's interesting.
Oh, this guy's?
Mm-hmm.
Do we have that for the show?
I do not have that because it is copyrighted.
Oh,
bummer. I have a picture of him. I show in the video, I show the pages of the report, and it shows his conversation.
Okay, cool. All right. Ooh, that's going to be good. Okay, you guys, thank you. So we'll see you next week, or I'll see you in a little bit. Thank you, Harlow.
Thank you, everybody, for coming. Good questions.
Very good.